ora, I'm Hera and welcome to my kitchen. I love to cook and I love to eat good food.
Oh man, if only you could taste this.
Cooking for me is all about whānau.
All my siblings cook putai fritters and everybody has that secret recipe.
But as a mum, when life gets crazy busy, all I want is delicious kai that's simple and easy to make. I'm about to demystify and uncomplicate cooking, recreating restaurant quality dishes right from my kitchen.
I'm all about Hera's hard and fast recipes. The prep is nice and easy, and just like that, the girls would never know that I only took 5 minutes to put this together.
Because simple doesn't have to mean boring.
Yum.
This is Easy Eats. Kei tēnei hōtaka. My go-to when ordering out, crispy calamari with a pop of colour.
10 out of 10 for me.
Crunch, crunch and more crunch.
That is gorgeous.
When my husband goes hunting, nothing beats cooking a good old piece of veni.
Cheers.
And when you have no time, the easiest and most delicious way to transform vanilla ice cream.
One is enough. Lemon pepper squid with an avocado smash. This is the perfect dish for a great dinner party, and it is also my go-to when I eat out.
Deep-fried squid, also known as calamari, is a usual suspect on the menu at most restaurants. Popular and delicious, this dish will have you going back for more and more.
We're going to start with making the avocado smash. Best way to cut an avo, straight down the middle. Bit of a shimmy, bit of a twist, voila. Just scoop this out. It's almost like shelling a tuatua. Give it a bit of a mash. So simple. We're going to add some salt. Always got to season. And some lime juice. Not only does this add great flavour, great citrus, but it also helps or stops the avocado from oxidising. We want to keep it quite rustic, nice and simple. That's done. We can cover and chill and put it to the side. And we'll get our squid ready. So we're going to cut up our squid. Some nice tubes, and you just cut them to 1/2-inch tube size. Make sure you're chopping this up on a separate board to your avocado. Meat, seafood, vegetables all need to be separated. It helps avoid cross-contamination. So now that that's done, with any kaimoana or seafood that's left behind, cover, chill and place into the refrigerator. So now that that's done, we're just going to move that to the side and we're going to get into making the coating for the squid. Really, really simple. Trust you me, it is that simple. Into a bowl, we have some flour. This is going to create a beautiful dusting or coating on the outside of your squid. It's going to add that crunchiness. And some lemon pepper.
You can find lemon pepper usually in the spice section at your local supermarket.
Let's give that a little bit of a mix. Now, my theory is, so that you know that you're getting enough seasoning or coating into the flour, is you've got to be able to see it. If there's more flour than lemon pepper, add a little bit more. Great, that's done. Squid goes in, dust it, get our frying pan ready to deep fry. So that's done. I'm going to wash my hands and get ready to deep fry. So the hinu is nice and hot, so we're just going to drop in our squid rings and let them cook. So these will take about 5 minutes, and you can tell when something's cooked or deep fried well, it will drop to the bottom and it will start to rise to the top, and then all we're looking for is that nice crispiness. These are looking really good. So the thing with me and squid rings is that because I order them so much, I actually know my ish. I know whether it's good, whether it's going to be soggy or whether it's going to be crunchy. And believe you me, I will send it back. So let's hope that this quick and easy recipe helps you make the perfect squid rings. Korete, these are ready. These look amazing.
Hakataka tō hia ngā taora pepa, te parawa rānei ki te oko, hei awhina i te hakamimititanga o te hinu. Korete tātou ki te hora i ngā kai. Tuatahi, horahia te raho puru ki te periti. Tuarua, ko te wheke. Hakarākaitia te periti ki te smoked paprika. Here mana, hei kinaki.
And to finish this off, nothing like a little bit of kaitaia fire.
Crunchy squid, creamy avocado, zesty lemon pepper, and some kaitaia fire to spice it up.
Now, if this was placed in front of me while I was at a restaurant or at home, I can already tell you that it's crunchy. I can see flavour. It looks fresh, it looks vibrant, and I'm ready to taste it. Te kaku hoki. Crunchy. 10 out of 10 for me. Yum. Woo! Kaitaia fire. Definitely adding a kick. Definitely taste the lemon pepper. My mother always said you should never speak with your mouth full, but damn, that is so good. I can't hold back.
A vibrant and fun dish for your friends and whānau to enjoy. E haere ake nei, my fail-proof trick to getting the most crunchy paka-paka on your pork belly and a delicious take on venison.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to make the most amazing, crispy, crackling paka-paka on your pork belly? Well, today I'm going to show you a dummy-proof way of doing that because we all want that perfect crispiness on top.
Crunch, crunch, and more crunch. Apple coleslaw, pork crackle, and crispy potatoes. The ultimate combination. Ingredients for this meal are super accessible and can be found at your local supermarket.
So I'm just going to start scoring the meat. What you want to do is that you just want to cut down, not too far. So this is going to be the best tip or trick for you because this is where the magic happens. You're going to tip boiling water over the skin of this pork. Not too much, you don't want it drowning in it. Now what this does is that it shrivels the skin up. Okay, we're going to let it sit just for a little bit.
Once you can see this happen where you originally scored, dry off with a paper towel.
So you can see it's already started to split. That's what we want, that's perfect. Now to this, we're going to add some oil. We're going to add lots and lots of salt because the salt actually helps to dry the skin out and that's where you get your crispiness. We're going to add a couple of bay leaves and of course some peppercorns. So for a pork this size, you're looking at about an hour and a half cooking time. So we're going to pop it into the oven and that's been preheating on 180 degrees. So in a half an hour's time, we're going to add some riwa in there to bake. But whilst we wait, we're going to get on to our crunchy coleslaw. So we have some green cabbage. Got some red cabbage, just going to shred that down as well. Great carrots, skin on. And now I'm going to move on to the apple. Apple and pork is a beautiful pair. Adds sweetness to our coleslaw. The saltiness of the pork, the sweetness of the coleslaw and the crunchiness of the potatoes, that's literally a match made in heaven.
Add spring onions.
So to this coleslaw, what I'm going to add is some unsweetened plain yogurt. We're going to add a squeeze of lemon. Salt over the shoulder for good luck. And we're just going to mix that all together. Now you don't want your coleslaw drowning in the dressing, you just want it to coat it. Otherwise it goes soggy and it doesn't hold that crispiness. We're going to cover, chill, place into the refrigerator, pop our iwai into the oven, kick back and wait for our kai to cook.
Our meat has been in the oven for just over an hour and our potatoes just under 45 minutes.
We're going to slice into this baby, and that is the most perfect paka paka or crackling. And you can tell by tapping on it. Well, proof is in the pudding. Let's see if this is beautifully cooked. Well, I must say so myself. Our coleslaw is ready to go. We're going to plate this baby up and then I'm going to get into it. Wow. This is honestly so perfect. And it's simple. So simple. To that, we're going to add our crispy, crunchy potatoes. Finish off with our slaw. And true to form, my best pal, the good old salt. And there you have it, our beautiful crispy pork belly with crunchy potatoes and crunchy slaw.
A hearty, satisfying and delicious meal that doesn't require much prep at all. Minimum effort for maximum return, yum.
Definitely taste the hinu in that crackle. So divine. Crunchy potatoes. There we go. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I would not complain if this dripped on my top right now. That is how good it is. Do I have a treat for you today? I'm going to be making venison steak with a creamy blue cheese watercress sauce and caramelized pears. This is what I would call my ultimate protein. Not only is it one of the leanest meats, but it has a special place in my heart. My husband and my son are both hunter-gatherers, and having them bring me back the best backstrap ever is what I would call heaven on a plate. So today, we're going to be cooking venison steaks.
Nothing beats fresh venison straight from the bush, but when that's not an option, you can also buy it from most supermarkets.
So we're going to get onto the venison. Now this is my favourite part. There's nothing better than hearing the sizzling crackle and pop of the butter in the oil. The reason why I add butter and oil is that the oil cooks it, but the butter adds that beautiful butteriness to your venison steak. Your pan has to be nice and hot. You want to hear that sizzle. You can do so many things with different cuts of venison. The backstrap for me is the best. And I know when my husband and my son go hunting, the first thing they do is fry that heart up in an open fire, because apparently that's what you have to do when you go hunting. Now the perfect venison is seared on each side for about 2 minutes. And in we go. Now that is music to my ears. Going to drizzle this beautiful butter and oil over the top. And this is ready to flip over. This is perfect. It's browned nicely on the top. That seems about perfect. We're going to put it on the board to rest, and it's going to continue cooking while it's resting. So while that's still going, we're going to use all those juices and we're going to caramelize our pears. Quick, simple and easy. These are going to absorb all of that beautiful venison fat, those flavours. And we're also going to add some brown sugar and some more butter just to help with the caramelisation. You can never go wrong with too much butter. So I'm going to put those on a low heat, allow them to simmer, and while those are simmering, we're going to get onto our blue vein cheese sauce with watercress. All right, we're now going to get into our beautiful blue vein cheese. We're on a medium heat because we want it to really simmer and really get creamy and thick. So we're going to add some butter, allow that to melt. We're going to add some onions. All right, we're getting some good sizzle, some good bubble in this mixture. Got to go in for that smell test. All right, to that, we're going to add some salt, some pepper. And you know how this goes. A bit of salt in the dish, some over the shoulder for good luck. That's looking good. All right, we're going to add some mustard powder, some garlic powder, some Worcestershire sauce. Mix that around. We're going to go in with some mayo, some sour cream, some buttermilk, and absolutely, definitely, some cream. We're going to let that all combine together before we add our blue cheese and our watercress. So now I'm going to add the most important ingredient to this dish, which is blue vein cheese. It's going to give it that punch. It is the perfect combination with venison and, of course, our watercress. Don't be shy, just get it in there. Combine that all together, mix it down, reduce the juices down, and then we should be ready. All our components are ready. We've got our blue vein cheese sauce over here. We've got our beautifully caramelised pears and our venison. Now let me tell you, this is what I would call a triple knockout. Why? You've got the punch in the blue vein, the gaminess in the venison, and the sweetness of the caramelised pears. This is what I would call Hera on a plate. And there you have it, venison steaks with blue vein cheese sauce and caramelised pears. I'm ready to dig in. That venison is so juicy. That blue vein cheese gives it a good kick. That watercress balances it out. And those pears are so sweet and caramelised. It just adds that icing on the top. So delicious, it feels like it's just come straight out of the uruweras. My whānau in Tūhoi would be absolutely proud. Look at the colour on that meat. Brown on the outside, red in the middle. It's the only way to eat venison. Yum. Nothing beats a good old red wine to finish off with your beautiful kai. Cheers.
Delicious and a little bit fancy, serve this one up to impress your whānau too. E whaiako nei, the most simple and delicious rolled ice cream.
Today I'm going to be making rolled ice cream with butterscotch sauce and chocolate shards. This is one of the most easiest desserts to make. It's one of my favourites You can take it to the pa, you can make 200 plus for any event, or you can make it for your whānau at home.
Using these ingredients will transform a simple dessert into something so decadent.
All right, we're gonna crack right into it. So simple, we're gonna start by getting our food processor. This is literally one of my favorite things in the kitchen. Whānau, this recipe is so easy. Tell you that much. Oreo biscuits. Now I'm going to add salted peanuts. And the reason why they're salted roasted peanuts is that the salt helps to balance out the sugar and the sweet in this particular dessert, and it just adds great flavour. Now, my little bit of a surprise, Maltesers. This is what I normally eat when I go to the movies, but for this dish, it's absolutely a must. The lid goes on, and we're going to whiz it up. What we're trying to achieve is a crumb. That looks about right. I'm going to put it into our bowl and get ready to pull our ice cream out of the freezer. So that crumb's all done. I've taken off all my jewellery only because this part of the process, it's all hands-on. And if you've got kids, they absolutely love doing this. Give it to them, it's dirty and messy. A quick little tip, fill a cup of boiling hot water or just hot water with your spoon, and it just helps the ice cream to fall off. So let's get into it. Now the ice cream that I'm using today is vanilla, and I've chosen vanilla purely because it helps to balance out the richness of this dessert. But hey, you do you. So, goes in there. You're using the crumb, and we're going to pack the ice cream ball with the crumb. Put lots on there. Once that's done, place it into your baking dish with baking paper so it doesn't stick. So now that those are done, I'm going to cover them with Glad wrap and pop them into the freezer. Now, just a quick tip. The reason why we cover it with Glad wrap is to stop the moisture from the freezer getting onto the rolled ice cream. You don't want it to be soggy. You want it to retain its shape, and you still want to be able to get all those flavours. So this will help. I'm also going to wash my hands and get ready to get into our butterscotch sauce. So we're going to make the butterscotch sauce. It's really simple, really easy. We're going to melt butter, add brown sugar, a pinch of salt, and cream. Let's get started.
First up, butter. Then add some brown sugar and wait for it to boil. A pinch of salt. Me te kirimi. I'm also going to melt down the chocolate to make shards. Make a quick and easy homemade piping bag with baking paper and add the melted chocolate ready to pipe. Pipe out various shapes and sizes onto another sheet of baking paper ready to cool.
And into the fridge they go, or somewhere on a cool bench where they can sit. Right, those are nice and chilled. We are ready to plate up. We're going to take this simple, quick and easy dessert and make it gourmet in your kitchen.
Hora hia te kina ki karamea ki te piriti hei timatanga.
So I'm only going to be placing one because these are so rich, they're so beautiful. I always put a little bit of butterscotch sauce on the bottom so that the ball doesn't roll around on your plate. Now, because the sauce is hot, this is a quick process. You're going to tip it over and you're just going to watch it slowly start to ooze. These are our chocolate shards that we made earlier, and they're just going to pop into the top.
Te māma hoki o te tohutaka nei, ka mutu I nā te reka.
So there you have it. Rolled ice cream with butterscotch sauce and chocolate shards. There's nothing better to do but to get right in there and smash it back. Give me a moment to appreciate. Wow. Peanuts, Oreos, Maltesers. You can taste it all in that butterscotch. It's a great balance between the ice cream and the sweet. You literally just need one of these. One is enough.
Hoki mai anō mō ētahi tohutaka māmarawa hei haka mīharo I te whānau. E noho rā.